Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk. I'm Heidi Smith. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the United Kingdom. And today I'm showing you the video of a project I shared yesterday for the Pootlers blog hop. The Pootlers is the wider team that I'm part of. I have my own team, Team Flutterby, and I'm part of a bigger group that report into Sam called the Pootlers. And every new catalogue, we always have a hop to share inspiration. So I thought I would share this lovely card here. And this folds flat, as you would expect. It's a Sunday, so it's a fun fold. Folds flat to fit in one of our standard envelopes. And here it is. It is the lovely Wisteria Wishes, but it's a real 3D card, as you can see here. It's great fun, and it's using these lovely Wisteria stamps in here. That the stamp set doesn't do it justice in the catalogue, I don't think. And then so I've got 3 panels, and then on the reverse I've got a panel for you to write your sentiment on as well, or your message. And obviously that's hidden. And the beauty of this is that obviously it's going to stand there, and it's almost like a home decor item, as well as being a card for someone. So that's what we're going to make. And this one is Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, excuse me, and so I thought I'd go with the new in colours. So I'm going to go for the lovely Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky and Parakeet Party for the foliage. So we're going to start off with our stamping. So you are going to want 2 pieces of basic white, and these two are 4.5 by 9.5 centimetres. And you're going to want 2 pieces of basic white that are 6 by 9.5, one for the front and one for the back, and these are the 2 panels for the front. So once I'd made the card actually and put it together, I thought, you know what, I think I want it to go the other way around. So I think I want it to go this way around, so you kind of read from, because you read from left to right. So I'm going to do it that way. We can have a look at them at the end and see which one you prefer. The sentiment I've got is from the lovely Flowing Flowers Super Happy Birthday font on this one. And the stamps I'm using, we've got, this is the 3 Wisterias, and then this is the accent one to fill in the details. We've got a large stamp here for the foliage, and I'm going to do that one first because I think it's easier to line it up and get the proportions right. So I'm just going to come in and think about where my my Wisteria are going to be, and just stamp there. Let's do the same on this second one. And obviously you could vary the height if you wanted to. And then on the front panel, I'm going to have those again. But on the back panel, I'm just going to stamp off, and I just want a little bit on the end there, so just a single one. So that's my back panel, and these are my 2 front panels. So I can put away my Parakeet Party, and next I'm going to come in with the Orchid Oasis. So this is quite a deep colour. When you look at it, it is quite a deep colour, but I'll just show it you with the Starry Sky stamped straight on top of that. That does still show up and give it the depth. So again, with these pieces, I'm going to do my front ones first because I want to make sure I don't do my stamping off wrong. So Orchid Oasis, I'm just hovering over and lining up the tops of those Wisteria with those stems. Again, and then for the one on the back, I'm going to stamp off first and just put a single bloom on the side there. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my deep blue, so I'm going to put my Starry Sky. And if you wanted to add any extra leaves, which are, you've got this extra foliage leaf that you could always add in as well. And I've got ink all over that one, so I'm going to have to redo that. Okay, never mind. I'll come back and do that in a moment. So just simply ink and stamp. And the beauty of this is, because it's a single stamp, you haven't got to worry about lining up all three, and it gives a bit of variation. You can see it really brings those blooms to life. You see, so I'm just going to do another one. Quickly grab my trimmer and a piece of basic white. So I'm just going to trim that to 9.5. And as I said, that's 6 by 9.5. So there we go. Always good to have a bit of extra. So now on that front panel, I'm just going to stamp my happy birthday across the bottom there. Like so. It just comes off the edge, but I think that's fine. If you weren't happy with that, then you could always put a separate panel across that as well, if you wanted to. So I'm just going to clear the decks from all that stamping, and let's get on to the card construction itself. So first thing you're going to do is actually layer up those pieces. So I've got 4 pieces of our starry sky. I've got 2 which are 5 by 10 centimetres and 2 which are 6.5 by 10 centimetres. So I'm just going to pop my layers onto there. For the reverse one, you don't necessarily have to have a layer. You could just put it on a slightly, you could cut the basic white to the larger size and put it on, but I just rather like the border that gave. So I managed to rescue one of my panels by just trimming it down. There we go. It's going to be my new nemesis, I think, this ink. So strong. A bit like I always know when I've been working with Blackberry Bliss and Rich Raspberry, because they always get me. So there we go. Front panel, back, and the 2 side panels. So now to create our card, you want 3 pieces, and I'm using the Orchid Oasis, and all 3 pieces are 10.5 by 20 centimetres, and you're going to repeat this scoring on all of them. So I'm going to show you one piece and then I'll do the other 2 afterwards. So on the long edge, it is really easy scoring this. You're going to score 2.5 at 9.5 at 12 and at 19, and it's as easy as that. Just going to repeat with all 3 pieces, and what you're going to do is on that short edge, you're going to just trim that tiny little bit away, and that just makes it a little bit neater at the top of your card when you come to put them together. And you're simply going to fold and burnish those score lines. This is one where I would recommend you really do just make sure that you have cut and scored nice and square on all of them by just lining up those outside edges just to make sure. And then all 4 are going to come together in exactly the same way, and I recommend that you use something like Seal Plus. You're going to pop it down the outer edge of your box. I've just gone over the edge there, so I'm just going to roll that in and then just fold that up like so, and you're just making like a little sleeve. But the beauty of doing it this way is that you're going to get those nicely lined up. last one. Just run your finger down the edge there just to make sure. I've got a tiny bit of my adhesive on there. There we go. If you roll that away with your finger. So you're going to end up with 3 panels like this. And the easiest way to do this is to add our panels on first and then put them all together. So making sure that your join is at the back of these. Just add some, you don't need to use Seal Plus for this, you can just use your Stampin seal. But you could, if you weren't like me and you'd put it down somewhere. So just, as I said, I'm doing it the other way around to my original. So I'm just going to put that in the centre there. So these are now going to go on the right hand edge of each panel. If you wanted to measure it, you're just coming in at just about 1.5 centimetres. Like so. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put some adhesive down this panel here and glue each one on top. So I'm just going to come down, and so you're gluing this piece here on top of this one. So again, it's this large, the side of the large panel that you're doing. And by doing it after you've put your panels on, it does mean that if you've been a little bit skew-if, you don't need to worry because your card isn't going, you're not going to end up with your card not lining up. And you can just pop that in like so. So you can see here, and then your large panel goes on the left hand edge. So just on there, like so. And there we have our 3 panel box card. We've got Lefty. Oh, we've got a panel that's fallen off the back. Let's pop that back in place. The downside of using Tombow just needs a little bit more of a moment. A bit of a burnish. So, which do you prefer? Are you a lefty or a righty? I don't know. I think actually they look rather lovely all together, don't they? You could make a super card out of that. I think probably the left one, but I love the colours on the right. Let me know which one you prefer. And please hop along with all the other ladies that are taking part. It really does make a difference. You'll find the link to the blog post with all the links in there. And come back and see me again soon. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye now.